Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm sharing with you all my recipe for an amazing fish broth, and today's episode is being sponsored by Angostura bitters. So let's just jump straight into the recipe. So here I have my fish already washed and cleaned, and I'm seasoning with salt to taste. In goes some fish seasoning, all-purpose seasoning. Next goes in the Angostura Cocoa bitters, which is going to help enhance the flavor and the natural sweetness that you'll get from the fish. And for a citrus element, I'm going in with the Angostura Orange bitters. So in place of lime, you can use that. Next goes in green seasoning. And we're going to massage that really well into the fish. Once it's massaged in, go ahead and set it aside and allow it to marinate. In a heavy bottom pot, I'm adding in some oil. Once the oil comes up to temperature, we're going to add in some aromatics, so some chopped onions and peppers. You can use pimento peppers if you didn't want to have hot peppers in there. Next, go in with your mixed provision, and I'm using a combination of carrots, pumpkin, sweet potato, regular potato. In goes some green seasoning, some salt, and some black pepper. Now you're going to give this a good mix and allow it to fry up in there for about a minute or so. Now you're going to add enough water or stock to cover your vegetables. Add a little extra if you like your broth really saucy, and bring this up to a simmer. Once your broth comes up to a simmer, go ahead and add in your ochro and mix that in. Five minutes before all of your provision is cooked, you're going to go in with your macaroni. And I like adding the macaroni at this time because I don't like when it overcooks. I like it to be al dente, and it will continue to cook as it sits in that hot broth. Now go in with your fish. The fish does not need a lot of time to cook also. If you cook your fish for too long, it's going to break apart into your broth and you're not going to see nice pieces of fish. So nestle in those fish pieces really well and allow it to come up back to a simmer. Don't put it on a rolling ball, guys. It will break apart really quickly. Next goes in a pack of chicken noodle soup, and this is just going to add some body to the broth. So mix that in and allow this to continue to cook until the fish is cooked, your vegetables are cooked, and your macaroni is nice and tender. So between 5 to 8 minutes. Let's check on it. The provision looks cooked. It's nice and tender. The fish is still intact, as you guys can see. The macaroni is still undercooked, but remember, as I said, the trick is it continues to cook as it sits in this hot liquid. So if you're serving it right away, you allow it to cook through. If you're not serving it right away, cook it shy of al dente. Look at the fish pieces, nice and intact. And this is how I like to make my fish broth. To finish it, I'm adding some of the Angostura Cocoa bitters, which is going to add a really rich, mellow note to the end of this dish. It's going to add something that you've never tasted before, and you'll want to always put when you make fish broth. I allowed my fish broth to rest for 10 minutes, and look how perfectly cooked the macaroni is. So remember, if you're cooking it to serve right away, you want to cook it out properly. If you're serving it at a later date, undercook the macaroni as it will be sitting in that hot liquid. How delicious does it look? Very hearty and super delicious. And that Angostura Cocoa bitters takes it over the top. To finish this dish and to bring it full circle, I'm adding some Angostura Orange bitters. The orange zest from this orange bitters is going to add a really citrus and delicious, refreshing element to your fish broth. Remember that the Angostura Cocoa, Orange and Original bitters can all be found in Walmart. Thank you guys so much for watching. Do make this and let me know what you think. I'll see you all in my next video. Bye everyone.